Welcome back, viewer, to Chungu cha Jamii. Today we are talking about mental health. Have you seen someone battling mental health? How are you able to help him or her? How do you overcome this challenge? Send in your question, interact with us across all our social media networks. That's GBS TV Africa. Our SMS line is 21144. So, before we went on a break, Benjamin mentioned something very interesting about the cases that happens around us, and I want to pick it up from the victimization that happens mostly to the girls, because it's only with the girls that is being spoken out. I understand also it goes through this, the men also go through the same, but it's never spoken out. When you talk about abuse, men go through abuse, but they don't speak it out. When you talk about femicide, also men go through the same, but it's not aired, it's not talked about, because again, they're the men in the society. So their cases are swept under the rug. But when you talk about this, and if you're talking about femicide, may it be from the lady side is femicide, I think from the men's side is manicide, or I don't know what to name it. When you are going through this, you are subjected to someone, and by the end of the day, when you're talking about abuses, you're a victim of someone wrongdoing or perspective of their mentality. How do you tell? Because for these victims, they always find a shoulder to lean on in this person. You see, if you're going through an issue, I was listening to someone and was saying, this was a friend. This was someone I could confide into until this happened. For those who have gone to the extreme cases of femicide, it's war to them because they do not get a chance to tell their story. But those who go through victimization, violence, and abuses, those who are able to come out of it are the people who tell a story. And you see, when you're listening to them, it's something that they could not easily detect or tell. So my question comes in this way. How do I tell that this other person, might be a girlfriend, might be a boyfriend, that is going through mental health, and here I am coming to Sheila to ask for help. But Sheila is the one who is suffering more than I am, but I'm not able to tell it. But instead of Sheila helping me out, Sheila is draining me to a ditch. How? By using them against me when I least expect them. How do I tell that Sheila is going through this, or someone else is going through this, so that I don't end up being the victim, but be able to save myself and look for a way to help this other person?
Let me start by saying we are very bitter souls with happy faces.
Sure.
It is very, very hard to detect someone who is a victim. Now, if this is someone that you are interacting with occasionally, there are those phrases that these people use occasionally. If you have a friend and every time you're engaging in a conversation and this person is like, mi naeza jiua, may it be in a joking way or in a serious way, but there are those phrases where you note when you're engaging with these conversations. These phrases are your flags. They're raising a flag that I am not okay, I need help, you understand? In cases where you are interacting with this person via social media, it is very, very hard to know that this person is a victim. Reason being, I will tell you what you need to hear, you understand? And just to touch on femicide. Femicide, we have two cases. One case is we meet online, we talk, book an Airbnb, we go, interact, and in some few cases they don't end up really good. This is what I'd say. If you are interacting with someone, because if you're interacting with someone and you are at a phase where now you need to meet physically and maybe have a mutual conversation on matters that you guys have been talking online, kindly go in places where they're public places, you understand? Because you do not know who you're dealing with. This is a very bitter world. You do not know who you're going to interact with, you understand? And we are innocent. If I am meeting you, we are opposite gender with mutual interest. I am looking for a life partner. Really, you cannot blame anyone, because I do not know whether you are a mental victim, and you also do not know where I'm coming from, you understand? To curb that, it is wise if we all meet in public places. Baby girl, if you are going to meet someone, do not go to that Airbnb and it is the first time. If you're going, make sure a friend of yours knows you're going to meet this person at this place, and so forth and so forth and so on. Understand? Because you want a soft life, you met this person, he or she met your qualifications on what you are looking for, and you decided to meet this person. I believe at this juncture, financial stability was one of the things that you are looking for. And this person, you do not know how or where this person acquired this wealth, you understand? So be very, very cautious of who you are interacting with and how you are interacting with these people. There is the other case of femicide. The other day we've heard of a lady from Western. This was a wife, was just doing her chores in the kitchen, and the husband found out that the lady's head was chopped off. You understand? That's also another form of femicide. Now, in this case, you do not know, it is very unsafe everywhere. You just have to take care of yourself, because it will find you where you are. You understand? And from my point of view, I feel like we have programmed these men to think the way that they are doing. The other day we were doing a march for femicide, and there has been a viral video of these two men saying that, quote unquote, we will kill you, you cannot eat our school fees, you cannot eat our KFC, and don't do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, we have programmed these men into feeling that every lady is looking for a cash out place. If I see a man, I see now this is where I am going to dig in, you understand? Yeah. So I feel in both genders, there needs to be a bit of correction in terms of character, because if we all do not want to start from scratch, and we want those financial capable people, we are giving pressure to the men, because if this man wants you, now the man has to grind 10 times extra to meet your qualifications, the standards that you set.
Interesting. When I'm listening to Sheila, I'm also in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, Mr. Benjamin, maybe you can take us through this. It is true, no one is to blame. But at the same time, we have people who are just out there to devour their other person. In this sense, whereby it's like a cat looking or hunting for a mouse. The victim here is a mouse. So the cat knows that I'm hungry, so I have to get this one and eat. Today I don't feel like doing milk. I feel like just doing a rat. Now, when I talk of this example, I'm relating it to this person, a man or a woman who is just out sourcing for this weak person and elevates your weakness, or rather your strength to be your weakness. With them knowing in the back of their mind, I just want to have you at that corner so that now you'll be my pony, for lack of better word. You'll be my puppy. You'll have to do everything I tell you. I just need you at that corner. So they'll prepare everything for you very widely, but their target is to make you be fixed into that corner. How are you able to tell that this person is genuine and this other person is not genuine and they want to corner you? Because to me, that one, I take it as a mental case. Because me and my normal mind, I wouldn't want to do something like that. Or I wouldn't imagine someone thinking to do that to me. But this person, it's so normal to them. Because even when you're talking about, there is a time we had, what do you call, these cases of someone who had a lot of dead bodies, but for the young girls, for the specific age, they're high schoolers to post high school. Many bodies on the same, raped, killed, raped, killed. So this is mental cases, because it's not one body, it's like 5, 6 more bodies. When the investigations were open, there were something that you would cry listening to. Because if I'm a mother and my 17-year-old daughter go missing, then I hear this. And then I hear it's not only her. There is a trail. How am I able to now to, as I also nurture, how am I able to tell this person at an early stage is off? So that also I'm able to keep away from them.
Generally, when we talk about such issues, there is always one point that people cleave onto and say, it is because of this why I did this. It is because of that why I did that. But let's talk about the way people live. And as we live our lives, there are many people who are living with the wounds of the heart. When I'm talking about the wounds of the heart, I'm not talking about the heart, the organ that pumps our blood, but I'm talking about that inner person, where all the issues of life come from. There are many people who are living with wounds in their hearts, which are not healed. Why? Because these wounds may be caused by social life, friends out of bullying. And mostly, if you see, there are many people, even when not in school, even at work, you find that there is somebody who feels so bossy. And then because of that, they are bullying you. Out of this, you get to develop a wound in your heart. And that also, as we live from the opposite sex, now when we talk about femicide and, these issues to do with breakups, there are things that leave people with the wounds of the heart. And to some extent, they leave you at a point that you cannot trust any man. You cannot trust any woman. Yes, of course, you pretend to be very okay, and then you're talking, you're discussing issues, but you have a scar in your heart that no matter what, I cannot trust in this person. And then also it can come out of the parents. Parents, sometimes they may be abusive, or due to wale wazee wa kunywa pombe, alafu akikuja nyumbani akikoa kwa gate, nyinyi wote mnaingia chini ya kitanda, ama kila mtu anakimbia kwa bedroom yake. Such things, they leave you with a wound in the heart.
Sure.
Also, to some extent, when your parents divorce, yes, it may seem to be a very simple thing on the surface, but to the parents themselves, it has left them with a wound in their heart. And also to the kids. Nowadays, I always think about this. When my kids will be getting into marriage, I have 2 boys. I think I would need to do some research, because if my boy was seeing me fighting with the mother, then he gets to feel like women needs to be crushed. If I marry, mostly they learn from what they see from their parents. You divorced, you don't expect your kids to be so much into. There is something that clicks their minds. Every time they leave, they have a wound in their heart. So there is something that makes them now, it's like it's igniting that fire in them. That's why I saw my father living like this. Sometimes also people get wounds of the heart out of business. They failed in their business, so they get a wound in their heart. So there are main reasons why people would get the wounds in their heart. And one of them would be criticism. There are not many people who want to be criticized, if you know. There are not many people who want to get criticized because of ABCD. You do it, then they remain with a grudge. And that grudge creates a wound in the heart of that person. 2, rejection or refusal in the society. Sheila talked about rejection in the other episode about people getting rejected and then they're feeling like I'm not worthy. It creates a wound in the heart of a person. And out of these, also you can find that people are feeling like, their opinions are not accepted by anyone. And because your opinion is not accepted by anyone, then you tend to feel like, now, then nobody needs me. And out of these, people get into an isolated way of life. They live their own life, because now, when I look at the society, the social life, it bruised my heart at some point. When I look at the family, it crushed my life at some point. When I look at my parents, at some point, they pinched my heart. So this person lives with that kind of a wound in their heart. And then out of this, they live an isolated way of living. They cannot trust anyone. They cannot speak to anyone, because what is the main problem? Now we get back to the factor that your heart needs, for the sake of your heart to flow with another person, there are 3 major things that you need. One of them, trust. They cannot trust anyone. That's why they cannot speak their problems. Even, do you think it's easy, especially now that you brought that issue of young people dating and doing what, and even Sheila talked about that. You meet a man, kwa sababu majamaa ni kujituma. Si majamaa hujituma tu, mostly. The guy comes to you and they're very serious. They know that there is what they really want. Isn't it? They know exactly, this is the person that I was looking for. This is the best person that I need to marry. This is the person that I need as a wife. But Eunice, yeye alikuja pale kujibamba. And then later you realize that the person that, and after that the guy has done introduction to everyone. We meet with him, he tells me, my wife to be. The parents, my wife to be. The brothers, my wife to be. Everybody knows that this person is going to marry Eunice. But the problem is, Eunice is there for fun. And now when it comes now to the point now, I am serious, I need to do it. The sooner the better. You try to avoid everything, because now my life was not that. Because when you're there for fun, then it means you have another person who takes you. Monday you go with this person for fun. Wednesday you have another person who gets you out for fun. Friday you have another person who is getting you out for fun. Then later when they realize that, to some extent I feel like you left that person with a wound in their heart, and then you're expecting them to treat you like an angel. How? That's why you see there are many cases of femicide. There are many cases of committing suicide. And mostly, me, I don't believe in issues like Sheila wakes up just at one day and then she's abusing me. There is a genesis of everything. There is the way that everything starts. It is started from somewhere to reach that point of now she can wake up and then tell me you go through hell. There is a genesis of everything. So I don't believe in people who say that, why did he have to do that? What happened? Why did he lie to you? No, he did not lie to you. It is simply because between you and them, there was no heart flow. There was not that flow. There was not that trust. There was no openness. You are not open. Even you are not telling them that you are there for fun from the beginning because you saw what was in the pocket. You saw the kind of life that you wanted to live. And out of that, there are many people who are living, just as Sheila said, there are many people who are working and then they have so many problems. Nikama, if I would say, everybody is a culprit of, yes, that what is making you now feel like you want to say something. I feel like everybody, they have a story to tell. They have a story to tell. And that's why people need to understand who they are in the world of their heart.
I'm being told we are running out of time. But as you give your parting shots, I'd also want you to give it together with, what is the solution for all this? We've discussed mental health and youth in mental health broadly, but yet again, what is the solution?
The solution to this is doing the right thing. Nothing good comes easy. It is high time we understand that and start working on it. If you want a good life, get a good structure of how you want your life to be and start working on it from scratch. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Benjamin.
If my phone got spoiled, I'll not try to fix it myself. I'll not take it to a casual fundi who is just trying to learn. I'll need to take it back to the manufacturer. And because the issues that we are discussing here, mental health and what, they all emanate from our hearts. So me, I would say, let's return to the manufacturer of our hearts. And that is the Creator, who has all wisdom, who gives us all wisdom to understand the way to live, and then we can take the right path.
Let us go back to the manufacturers of our hearts. Let's continue this conversation online across all our social media networks. That's GBS TV Africa. Our SMS line is 21144. Till next time, have a nice time. Goodbye.